Good. Okay, so Jira is also a test management tool. Now, I mean, this is a different. Okay, this is from different company. Okay, it is from Atlassian, and so far we use Rally. Remember we used to use Rally. That is from CA Technologies. Okay, and there is something called HPLM that moving forward we'll talk about this probably tomorrow. That is from Hewlett Packard. That's why it's called HPL and Hewlett Packard Application Lifecycle Management. Before it was from actually it started from Test Director. That was the only tool which was doing, I mean, not just only, but most famous tool that used to do document all your test cases, execution part, and all this, and then they upgraded to Quality Center. Later, what HP did was they bought the company from Mercury, and they upgraded it and they called it as HPL. That's how that their life cycle of HPLM goes. But rest, there are so many other tools other than HPLM. You don't have to stick with only one tool. You have to keep upgrading yourself, right? You need to keep knowing more and more tools because things, old things get outdated, new things keep coming. Okay, that becomes more important. Uh, but it's not really necessary. Okay, you might use it HPLM in your work. Okay, it's not really required. But the point is, you have to know various tools in order to because let's say if you go to the next project, okay, they might not use HPLM, they might use something else. So in that case, you want to know a different tool. So the point here is the same thing. You shouldn't get addicted to the tool. You have to know the process. Okay, if you know how to document your test cases, how to document your results, put the screenshots, open defects, assign who is the developer there, all those things. If you are good with that, any tool doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the whole point. Okay, because tools, I don't know which tool you'll be using at work. You don't know which tool you'll be using at work. Most important, to be honest, client even doesn't know which tool they will be using. Because the moment they'll say, we are using HPLM, they might migrate into some other tool. And let's say Zephyr, okay, nobody knows. Okay, what's Zephyr? Okay, so that might be the scenario. So in that case, you want to know more and more tools so that will help you out for understanding how the tool does. Okay, so let's see here. So okay, good. So I'll be giving you access for this Jira tool. Okay, this is from my side. If you're getting other access, that's fine. Okay, but here this is I'll be giving you access for this. If you can understand it, how the things works, and it's a similar tool. If you know Rally, that's you're good. Okay, if you know how to document your test cases. Let's see. So if you know this Rally and if you have used it, pretty much that's good. But here there's one more tool to that will help you out. Let's see here. Homework is pending. Okay, so this is how this is a little bit easy, because this is user friendly. What I like most about this Rally is user friendly. I don't think not everyone didn't get any hard time using this tool, but obviously you'll be having a hard time using HPLM. Okay, although that tool you might think it's easy, but if you're coming into agile, things should be quick. When things are quick, that means today you found a bug in less than 3 hours, 4 hours, your bug is fixed, and you're allowed to test at that moment. So that means today your code is there in the 1 week, the code is in production. That fast, when you're working in that fast environment, you want it to be user friendly when you want to work, pretty fast and you want to do it work, you don't want. So, but HPLM may not be always the first choice to use it. Okay. Okay. So here, let's go here. So this is the dashboard. Okay, as usual, these modern tools have dashboard. Um, and the reason you have dashboard, everybody knows, right? So let's say somebody gives you work. Okay, let's say your boss gives you work or your lead gives you work. So here you see this. Okay, assigned to me. You see this assigned to me? I hope everyone can see here. No, you see this assigned to me? Okay, that means your boss may not tell you always that, that they have given you work. You need to figure it out that, you have been assigned the work. Okay, so that's how this dashboard will be helping you out. Okay, actually you have to, you have to organize this, you have to set up your own, modify this dashboard. It's up to you how you want to do it. But default, there will be a default dashboard, which will be similar to this. So you can see what work is assigned and who is fixing the defects and all those things. In most of tools, in Rally, Jira, TFS2, but this is not there for HPL. Okay. HPLM, because that's really not completely a web tool. It's kind of it's a web tool. Of course, you use it in browser, but it has a little bit inconvenient features actually. Okay, so most of the modern tools help you to understand what's happening in the dashboards. Okay, so that is dashboard. And okay, so before going to into this, before actually creating test cases, before creating bugs, let's see here Confluence. Let's talk about this Confluence. Okay, so here this has a little bit. This Jira is integrated. So these are integrated with many other sub tools. Okay, there is also a big bucket. Okay, there is also a big bucket that is used to put the source code and all those things from the developer. Of course, we don't require that, but okay, so that's also from the Atlassian. And okay, so there are different modules here. Jira is one of the module. Okay, Confluence is another module. Okay, Bitbucket is another module which is not integrated here, which is not here. Okay, but it can also be integrated. Okay, so Confluence, again, as I told you, it's a SharePoint. Let's see here. So it's a SharePoint where let's say you have all the documents. Okay, test cases, no test cases not required. Test cases will be documenting some place, but other than that, test plan, test strategy document, requirements, BRD, FRD, HRD, all those requirements. Maybe they are using Confluence at work, so it will be documented here. Otherwise, it will be a different one from IBM SharePoint or Microsoft SharePoint. So every company has their own way of doing it, right? So here, in this scenario, we are using Confluence. That's from Jira, but it can be any other from any other companies, not necessarily from Atlassian. Okay, so here's the thing. So here few of the people have documented. Let's see here. This is a little bit convoluted process, so I'll be giving you URL for the homework. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so here you have this. Let's see here. Okay, so this is, let's say this is a specific project you're working on, right? This is, let's say, the space, this is called space, and this is some particular project you're working on, and each project has its pages. Okay, so it has pages, blogs, and all those things, but it's not necessary you'll have access for all this. You might have access to this specific view. Okay, this page view. Let's say you will not have access to blog, not space tools. This is admin work. Okay, you may not always have this. Okay, so here you'll be having, you'll be looking into this various modules here. Decision log, let's say once you finish the meeting, there is a meeting notes. Okay, okay, here you go. Here is the meeting notes, and this is the decision logs. Again, it's the log. can be prepared by the responsible owner, can be architect, can be developer, or it can be business analyst, product owner, scrum master, whoever is responsible. They will be updating here. And file list, let's we'll talk about this. And meeting notes, let's say we have completed meeting, and product owner or responsible person wants to update here, so have to update in the meeting notes and add what they have discussed, what they are going to do for tomorrow, what they have done so far, and all those things will be updated here. Product requirements, let's say you want BRD or FRD or any other documents as such, you can look into this and you see this, there will be product requirements. And retrospective, again we discussed about this agile, right? We have sprint retrospect, review and retrospective. There, what should be improved, what was good before sprint and what is good for previous sprint, and how we can improve in future sprint. So all this retrospective meetings are updated here. Okay, so file list, let's see here, file, let's go to here. So you have to update your file here. Okay, this looks different. Okay, so let's see here, let's go to different space here, maybe 2 spaces. Okay, so let's see here, and okay, this is good. So this is this is what you have to upload your document. So some people have uploaded here. If you see this, okay, you have to upload it. Just browse the file and put the document. I'll be sending in homework. Okay, and I'll be giving you that URL actually, since this is a little bit convoluted process. I'll be giving you the URL, so you'll have the correct URL where to upload it. But in real time, as such, there will be nothing like URLs. You have to figure it out yourself. Okay, here I'm making it easy, but really don't think that will be a cakewalk at work. You have to figure it out, which only you can do it by browsing or by requesting. If you're not able to find it because you don't have access, I know it might be access level, then you have to figure it out. Requesting from your colleagues or lead and see where your document is, where you have to upload. This is uploading is more job for a lead perspective, lead or senior QA. But as a QA, you might be looking only documents. Okay, now what is, let's say in product documents, what is BRD, what is FRD, you want to look here. Okay, we will not have access to create these product documents. Here you have this admin rights, but you will not have any admin rights. You cannot create any documents. Okay, remember, you are a tester, you don't have all the access. You have limited access, very limited access. For Confluence, even for the Confluence, you will be getting after request from your boss, from your manager, and sometimes it also goes to director to get request, because again your boss didn't convey the information properly and your request get rejected, so it has to go to director, and then director has to approve who is this guy, why this guy needs this access, what are the various access levels in it. So this is all different story, but here once you get this access, this is how you have to upload it. So I'll be giving URL, so this will be the URL. So once you log in into it, you have to just upload it. Upload it here. Actually, go to the in this file and upload here. So this is a drag. You can either drag and drop, or browse it for the files and upload it. Okay, and you can also see there's a different versions. Actually, once you create it, you can create 2 times that you made mistakes. This gets a different versioning, because version 1, version 2, version 3. Okay, so even this actually maintains the versioning system. Okay. So that's about Confluence. Okay, this is the Confluence, but actually there's also called SharePoint. Like there's 2 different terms. Okay, SharePoint is actually from a different company. Confluence is from Atlassian. Okay, SharePoint is I think from IBM, so they have different way of doing it. But here, this is how you do in the Confluence. Any questions so far? So no, what exactly is this? So this is, you know, document sharing tool. Okay, it's not exactly tool, but it's a, for document sharing for internal purpose, not for external, not for everyone, for internal. Okay, testing people and development people. All those. If you want to share the documents, not everyone can send an email, right? It's not, no, send me an email, that doesn't work. So everything, because so many people will be involved, so many things will be happening. So that's the reason you need this, you know, Confluence to share your documents. Yes, that's correct. Confluence is similar to the SharePoint for document sharing, but not same for the user interface. UI will be a little different. And somebody asked, right, is it a part of Jira? Confluence is a part of Jira? Not exactly. It's actually a different module. It's a different module, but it's not related to Jira. Okay, Jira, you have, that's a completely different. This is only for document sharing, and Jira is more related to test management tool. Okay, this doesn't come under test management. You're not managing it, so it's a different module, and not really related to any other. That means you can use Jira and you can use SharePoint, different company, right? You don't have to use Atlassian. You will use SharePoint. Let's say I'm not using Confluence, but I'm using Jira and I'm using SharePoint. So that's two different companies, right? So that's how it's not really part of Jira, but it's a different module, from Atlassian. Any other questions? Okay, so let's go back. This has completed process. Okay, good. This is okay. So that was about Confluence, and you can navigate right here at the home, and you have luckily you have access for this. Okay, so you can use this one. Okay, so here let's go back to here. So this is a test management tool. Okay, and here you have these various options: dashboard, projects, and this projects you only able to see which you have access to. If you don't have access, you're not able to see which project is what project is yours. Okay, you don't know. Okay, so you want to check it out which project you're having access and which one you're working on. Okay, issues. So we'll come to this. Okay, this issues. And okay, so now let's see here. Even whatever you have to create, there's only one button to create in this Jira. This helps you to understand this as a the simple, whatever you have to create. Even if you have to create test case, even if you have to create bug, even if you have to create any other thing, you have this one button. Just click on this one button, you can create whatever you want. Okay, so but you have to have access. You obviously will not have access for this improvement. Epic, you will not have this access. Okay, so what will be here will be task. Let's say we are creating task. So task will be there. Okay, this is so let's say here. Let's say test cases for GM Online. So make sure which project you're creating. So here, this is two projects here. One is Agile and one is Waterfall. Let's see here. So this is pretty much an Agile. So it's okay. Okay, so I'm here. So the problem here is with this, you cannot directly write test cases for here. Okay, so that's the problem with the Jira. You have, so these Jira actually depends on various plugins. If you have this plugins, you can use this. But here you cannot write here the test cases directly. But let's see here. Once this is summary and create here. Okay, so I've created here, and there's a name generated here. So I have to figure it out where that is, and let's go to issues. Okay, good. So I'll go to the project, which project it is. So which one will be? So this is what we created, right? Okay, created just now. Okay, okay, good. So this is what we created. Okay, so let's see here. Here, the UI for this is little different. Now, let me. Okay, so this is divided into sidebars. Okay, this is left sidebar, which contains information about the project. What kind of project here? You see this, there's a backlog. That means it's an agile project. Active sprints, releases, reports, issues. So right now we are browsing the issues, components. Okay, this is complete in the left sidebar. That means whatever project is going on, you see in this left sidebar. And there is another sidebar here. So that is the open issue. So let's say if you are in issues module, what are the issues? It can be tasks. So this tick mark, you see this blue color with tick mark is task, and the plus icon with green color is improvement, and the bug will be red color. No, there's no bug here. Okay, so that would be so all these issues is documented into one in one sidebar, and the third sidebar, which is here. Okay, this is one. So here this contains information about the particular module. Let's say if you are clicking this contains information about here. Okay, so let's say you are clicking this, it will show you up here. So that is and this is it's kind of see who is the people, who is assigned. Okay, who is the submitted guy? What are the words? If there are any dates, all those things is there in this. So this contains like um, three sidebars. This left sidebar, and then you have this you know right sidebar, and you have middle sidebar. It's kind of three sidebars. So this is how they classify in okay using this tool. Okay, that's how you have to use the tool. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's see. This is our test cases. That's what we have created, right? So this is our test cases, and if you see here, do you see this? This is the task. Okay, you want to do. Always again, make sure this work should be in always in review. Okay, nothing to do. Again, it's not new status. It has to be open status. Okay, so let's see. Before doing that, we want to edit it. Let's go to edit, and see here you get more information here. Let me see if there is any other test case. So I have one more test case. Good. So I'm using this one since we already know how to create the test case. Many people have created test case, right? So you can do the same thing here. You know what I'll do is I'll just copy here with this. Okay. Now, so the problem is here you don't have this, the steps kind of thing, right? Which you see there's no steps. Okay. So you can manually do this. If you're not able to find, you can just put it manually like this. What is the description? What is the expected? Okay, it's kind of you can create by yourself. Or another option here, there's plenty of option here. If you don't want to do that, you can document in Excel. Okay, just like this. Let's say I have documented some video scenarios here. Okay, so let's say you have document all this in the Excel, right? This is an Excel, and everything you have documented, and you want to upload this, right? You can also do that. This is the second option. You don't have to do both, either one. Okay, priority. Let's see how much time will it take. We'll talk about this in hours, but then remaining is also 10. Okay, and I'll just browse it. Test case. Due date. The due date 19th. So if there's any linked issue, you have to put this linked issue. And who is the assignee? That means, okay, that will be, oops, too many people. So these are the users. Kind of these are the users, and who is the right developer for this, and who is the one person you have to assign it to him. Okay, so you'll just put a comment. If there's any big link or comment, if you have any comments, once you do that, you update it. And here, once you update it, this is how it shows up. And you don't have to do both. You can do either one. And so you have to change this workflow to review so that your lead reviews it. Let's say if you assign to lead, then lead reviews it. Is your test case is good? What are the what needs to be updated and what is not? Will be shown up here. Okay. There is also a plugin here. Let's see, this plugin doesn't work, but let's see here. Now what you can do here is, let's say you have written your test cases here. Okay, once you written these test cases and everything is good, all they should be updated here, and see this if there are any plugins. And once it gets it, your test cases will update it here. Okay, so but that doesn't work right now, so don't worry about it. But there can be an option, plugins. There's too much plugins in Jira, so you can use plenty of plugins. Okay, so even that is third option for your test cases. Okay, first option is to write the test cases here by itself without any fields. So there is no fields here, right? You can do that. If it's not possible, or if your boss doesn't recommend that, then you can also use this, write your test cases in Excel and upload it here. Okay, that's another option. Or they might have this third-party plugin where you have to write your test cases somewhere in the plugins, and this gets updated right here. That's the third option. Okay, so once you've done that, so any questions so far? So far we are we're trying to write the test cases and assign it to a particular. Now this is test cases, so you will have to assign by yourself. Okay, so this will be assigned to you. Or if you're assigning to someone else, then okay, there might be also a scenario where somebody else will be executing your test cases. Okay, that can also be a situation. In that case, you can assign it to a particular person. Okay, here since we will be executing by ourselves, so we'll just put it here on it. Okay. Now once this gets reviewed, once you get, now you have to execute it, right? Now all the cases you have to execute it. So let's see here, how does this work? So now since you don't have this execution point, and you have to document your work, right? What have you done? Now you have the very basic question your boss will ask you every time, every time whenever you it goes into production, and your boss asks you, what have you done? So you said this is what we have executed, right? How would I know that you have executed? Okay, that's a very basic question. In that case, you want to document here all your attachments, screenshot, results, data, ETL data, all this you have to document here and put it. So this is how we did, and at that time we didn't have any issues, and any issues were actually we fixed. Okay. So all this document should be attached here, and once you've done that, click on done. Okay, so that means you have completed your task. Okay, so here in this case, the task and the test case are same. You see this, there's no different module for task, module for test cases, right? So here it's same. So, but in reality it's different, right? A task is different because test cases are different. Okay, so, but here they made it same here. Okay, so once you put it closed, right? Once it's closed, this thing goes away. Okay, so let's see here. Let's refresh it. Okay, so that that number, whatever the test case you were working is gone. It's gone from this project. But if you think like, no, I have to work on it, it's gone, I'm not able to find it, okay, then you have to look into it and see in the archives, okay. That actually, that test case has been archived, okay. That means it's moved from this project and is put at someone else. So you want to make sure where it is, so that's where you go here in issues and go to the reported by me. And if you see here, you're able to see there's a lot of things here, right? You don't know when it was created, long time back, 1 year back, 2 years back, you don't know. In that case, you want to search. Okay, we can search here. Or, okay, so yeah, that's one option. Okay, you can create your filter here and search which one. In this scenario, we know this is the same thing, and you can use it here, and you can change it back to in review or in progress. If you put it again, it goes back to that particular project again. So that's the one problem with this, right? Thing is that gets archived. Your test case or whatever, once you click on done, it gets archived and moved out of the project. And you're not able to see it except here in the issue status and see in the open issues, okay? Or if it's reported by someone else, you can also use the filter. Or if you know the number, right? This is the key. If you know the number, you can use it on here. See this. Or yeah, here you can see by assigning who assigned. Okay. Or what is the status? If you know the status and what the type is, it's exactly bug. In that case, you can refine your search and get the better result and see which one you are looking for. Okay, because it gets moved out. Once it moved out, it will not be there anymore in the project. Okay, so that's about test case. Okay, so similarly you can create bug here. Okay, so one button always create. Let's see here. You can create either from here or you can create here too. It's two options. Either you can go from the header here, or you see this create issue. But I'll use this. So in each project, same project, and bug. Let's take the same bug here. We will add it. So create. So once you create it, it should get updated here. Okay, but it's not. So you want to refresh it. That is located here. Once you refresh it, see here. This is the bug. Red color with white dot. That's a bug. Now, if I want to navigate here, see, let's see what's here, and I want to edit it. See description, you can write the same description. Okay, so you can add this attachment. So let's create that. Okay, and I'll just select and highlight it. Always highlighting is important. For not highlighting, developer won't know what's going on with it. And you have to highlight it for your defects. Just do this. You have to select whatever is required, not everything. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But just okay. So now I have this defect. So what I'll do here, you have this attachment again. That's a good thing. Now let's see here. So this thing got added. Want this. Okay. So if you see this, this is got attached here. Okay. So let's see how this works. Okay. Then we have this estimate. This is really job of developer who is going to fill it. They have to fill up that how much time will it require, how much, because they have to work on this defect, right? So owner of the defect is developer, so they have to work on this. Environment. So what kind of environment you're working on? Is it staging, testing, development, or production? Of course, production we will not be working on. So in this scenario, we'll take as testing environment. So all this, this information should be, in any project or in any work. You have to fill up this information. Without filling up this information, you are not going anywhere, because those, if you're not filling up and giving that issue, it will get short, it gets rejected, because that goes to different person, different team. So it gets a different team. They will, if they're good people, they will say, hey, why don't you change your, environment, or why don't you change your developer, or why don't you change your, so all this. And if not, expect rejection. They will just reject it, and that will come back to you. Okay, and your boss will ask you why it got rejected, what you didn't do in that. Okay, which team did you assign it for? So all those things are very important. So it gets rejected if you're not filling up this information properly. Okay, so make sure you fill up all this. So due dates, we know due dates, and this is, let's say if you have 2 issues, 3 issues, okay, you want to link that issue, so that's what it is, okay. It is caused by it, or it is related to it, or it's blocked by it, okay. So this is, there's another issue, go ahead and put this another issue, what is related to. This is also, you have to link with your test cases, right? Okay, so when you're linking with the test cases, you can use to related to. That means this is related to your test case. Okay, this is related to this issue. So in that case, you want to use this. Okay, and this is assigned. Who is the assignee? So many people. So there will be a bunch of people. Okay, there will be with this project. It's not without this project, so many people. So here we'll just put it automatic. Okay. And then if there's any big link, you can put it, any comments, you can add it and click on update. Let's see what happens. So this is how you can create a defect. Okay, good. So it has put an attachment. So here pretty quick you can look at it. What's that defect is all about. Okay, this is what we are talking about, shipping and handling. So developer will be getting a better idea. Okay, so this is the defect. Okay, to work on this. And make sure you always change it to, okay, in progress, actually in progress. From to do, you have to change it in progress. Okay, this is what your job is. Now, that means from new status to, you have to put in open status. So that's what it means. Okay, in to do is kind of new, right? Nobody, even if you assign it to the particular developer, it doesn't make any difference, because developer will what? You'll say I don't have, you didn't put, you didn't put in progress, you put in to do. So I would not get any email. Okay, so they might not get email. Okay, they might get, it depends on the whole and soul on the administrator, Jira administrator, how they are handling it. But it's your responsibility. If you are open defect and you have to communicate with the developer, you have to send an email, take a screenshot and say, hey, you know what, I've opened a defect called IATT12 under the project. Can you look into it? Okay, that's how you have to put your but you have to work with your lead and get it, you have to work with the lead and send it defect to the developer. You cannot send just like that. Okay, you have to talk to your lead, say that, you know what, I've opened this, this is a defect, and your lead said, yeah, this is a defect, and then you have to, say that, okay, I'm sending email to the developer, and then I'll put CC to you. If your lead says, okay, go ahead, then you have to send it. Otherwise, don't. You don't do what is not said, okay? So your lead said, no, I'll take care of it, don't worry about it, then that's fine. Okay, so in that case, you have to make sure what you're doing, okay? Yeah, the coordination, at the end of the day, it's communication, is very important. No matter what you do, you're opening defects, you're developing, or you're, whatever you're trying to do, if you are not communicating properly, and if you're not doing it right. Communication is the key, as always. Okay, whatever you're trying to do, if you're not communicating and you are doing just like that, then of course that would be a problem. You have to communicate properly to the team and to the lead, most important lead. You have to work with the lead or with the team and make sure you're doing it right. That is most important than whatever you're doing. Okay, so this is how you can open a defect. Any questions? And once it gets to the developer has to change it to in review. Okay, in review, and they will assign it back to you. There has to be one more, called it fixed or something. Okay, once it's fixed, it gets back to you, saying that why don't you review this? Okay, and once you find that defect is good and it's got closed, it's fixed, then you mark it as done. So once it's done, again, this gets moved out from it. Okay, let's refresh it. Here we go, it's gone. Okay, again, you have to figure it out here, see where the issue is. And click on this, and if you want to call it back, you want to make sure in progress, and that gets moved to your project. Now it goes back here, see this? Every tool has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, this is good for both. Let's go. So any questions so far in any defects or any task? So this is how you do. Okay, this is divided into sidebars, pretty much. And once you finish this task, it gets moved on. And this is good for small teams. Why? If you see here, there are so many people working on. If you see here, there's a lot of. Now, if you see a lot of tasks, right? A lot of tasks and a lot of bugs. Then if you're using in large team, you will get confused. Okay, which one is what? Which one we are working on. So all those things. So this is good for small teams. But either way, it can be used for large teams. But you have to be very careful doing it. Which is your defect. So somebody asked, when you communicated with the developer, then only you change it to progress. So not really. Somebody asked a question, right? When you communicated with the developer, change it to progress. Okay, that is one way of your thinking, and that's good. Some companies allow that. You can directly coordinate with the developer and get the things done. That's good. You're working on a good company that's very flexible. Some companies are not that flexible. You have to understand this. Okay, for example, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, they have some specific rule that you cannot directly communicate to the developer. You have to communicate first to the lead, then the lead will communicate to the developer. That's how they work. Okay, so I mean, every company has its own way of doing it. In that scenario, I would recommend to, if you don't know, so lead would be most appropriate in most of the companies. In most of the companies, lead will be more appropriate to approach than directly to the developer. Okay, so yes, but your point is also correct that you have to also coordinate with the developer. It is flexible environment, flexible and agile. Okay. Okay, and they are, they are open with that. Then okay, you can contact the member, and that will be correct. So you can do that, but it's not necessary in every company allows that. But yeah, once you get, once you get into it, if you have like 2 years, 3 years, and you'll be working in this company, you will get how you will get how to, you will get the, all those things, how they work, what they, how they handle things, how they are working, so you'll get used to it. Okay, so that is one thing. But to start with, you have to be very careful. You have to only, be with the team members or lead to understand the process. Okay, that's the thing. You have to understand. Okay, are we, very flexible in this? Are we directly, coordinate with the developer? Let's say, you want to talk the lead, saying that, how are we working? I mean, are we flexible with the developers? Can we coordinate directly with the developers? Can we coordinate directly with the architect guys if they have any issues? Or we have to, go through lead process and do the work there. You have to, be more proactive in this to understand how the process works. Okay, because every company has its own way of doing. Any more questions? Okay, good. So let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is how, you can open, you can have this test cases created. You can open defects. This is how you can do it in Jira. So I'll be giving you access to this. You can try it and see if you can do it. Okay, and the next we'll go to the pretty quick here, reports. So this reports is limited here. It's not too, they don't have too many reports like Rally has, but of course you can also create customized reports here. Oops. Okay, since it's agile, so now you can. So here is, you can create your own report. You see this is the option. The sprint review is sprint report. You get sprint epic report, burn down, velocity chart, version. So all this, you can get it. Okay, but if you want to create customized reports, that's really not so easy to do here. Okay, but Rally allows you to how to manage the data and how to, you want to open to defects. You want to, so you have this classification lot. It's more user friendly. Okay, you can use it, but here you don't have customized reports. Okay, so that's the thing. And let's go to here. So since this is an agile, let's go here. So you also can use this, as an agile tool. Remember, we were talking about this board system. Okay, you want to move this from one project to here. This is backlogs. Okay, somebody remove this. So remove this. It's hard to explain. Okay, let's say there is a backlog. Okay, so this is a backlog. Oops, not this. Okay. Um, so there will be plenty of backlogs. Okay, not just one here, just one here, for example. This so many backlogs will be there. Okay. Now, if you want to move this, you know what? It's like we did in the traditional way. Let's go back to here. Okay. So here you have this board system, right? You want to move the sticky notes from one column to another column, from another column. So the similar way you can do it here. Instead of doing the board, you're doing it here online. So that means, let's say that is a backlog, and it has to go to the first sprint, and you want to move that backlog to this sprint. That's how. So this is, of course, the job of a moving is a job of a Scrum Master, but this is how it works in Agile. This is online. Okay. So the similar way what you are doing here, you are doing it here online. Okay, no more traditional work. Okay. You want to know this, once you talk, a lot of team members are coming up. Now this is not a priority issue. We are not worrying about this is backlog at this point of time. Then we will be moving to this. They will be, of course, Scrum Master will be moving. Okay, so this is not priority, so we'll not work on this at this time. We'll go to the next sprint. So similarly, you have various sprints. You see this sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4, and so on. Okay, it's for ease of convenience, we're taking one sprint as 1 month. Okay, every month new sprint, new meetings. Okay, what's the meeting? Sprint, sprint session, sprint grooming session, sprint planning session. All those meetings will be there every month, every sprint. There will be those meetings. Okay, so that's how. In that meeting, so they will discuss. Okay, this is a backlog. This has to go here. This is a priority issue. Customer requires that, so that's how they organize here. Okay, so this is what you can use this backlog. Most probably you will not have access to this, but even if you have, you're nothing to change here. This is not your job, but changing is a job of a Scrum Master. They will look into it, which backlog has to go to which sprint. Okay. See this active sprint. Okay, so this was more convenient to do, and okay, this is right here, kind of this thing, to do in progress, done. So this is what it is, to do in progress. Let's say, this is here. You put it into in progress, and once it's in progress, you go to in review. Okay, it goes in review, and once it's done, it's done. It's kind of moving sticky notes from one column to another. It's not online. Okay, so this is all it is, and so this is more convenient to do this in backup system. Okay, then we have releases. Releases not. We don't do much in the releases. Okay, it's a middleware team. Mostly middleware team. And their developer works. Developer testers have to work to coordinate with the middleware team and move the project. Actually the code moves from one environment to another environment. In that case, you sort of see this releases. That's what the release comes into the picture, right? Different versioning, different builds, okay, all those things will be here. So this was about Agile. So this, let's go to a non-Agile project. This is one non-Agile project. Okay, so here if you see it's actually the same, right? You're actually, this doesn't change. Okay, this doesn't change. But the only thing you see is there are no backlogs here. There's nothing called backlogs. And if you see this reports, there are nothing called burn down charts, or there's no velocity charts, and users burn down user stories. There is nothing like that because it's only used in Agile, okay, not in Waterfall. So here you see there is reports, of course. Okay, now these reports again. There's two types of reports. That is, one is project level and the team level. Team level is more related to boss, and project level is more related to Scrum Master. Okay, they see in the project level, they will see how the project is moving, what are the various, how the project is going, how it can improve. And the team level team level reports are more for boss to see your performance, how you are performing, what are the defects you have taken, what are the test cases you are writing, and how you are documenting your results, and what the results are being understood by your boss. So all those things will be taken as a performance. So that's the team level report. And who will be doing this? Lead, most probably lead or senior QA. Okay. So this is how these reports are, and if you see this, let's see here, if you get any. I don't think we get anything because it's not properly organized. Let's see here. But let's, okay, good. So here you can get these reports to here. Task 10 bug new features. Okay, this is how you can generate a pie graph on the particular bugs. Okay, how many defects, what's the bug, what's the task, and new features. So, but the reports are different for waterfall and as well as for agile. Okay, so if you see here, there is no backlogs, right? There's no backlogs because waterfall there's nothing called backlog. It's only in agile. Okay, no backlogs, no sprints, no nothing. Just simple. Okay, and the releases, of course, you have release in that too. So that's how it is. So only difference here is you don't have these two options, backlog and the sprint. How the sprint is going, what's the backlog on this, and reports. The other thing is reports. Here reports you don't have this. There's nothing called burn down chart, burnout chart, velocity chart. All those things you only see it in agile. You don't find in waterfall methodology or any other methodology. In whatever agile you're working on, it's a Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming. These are all the agile types. Okay, so in that case you might not see all this, but as a waterfall, if you're working in whole and soul on the just waterfall methodology, you will not see all this. So there are some projects which also includes both waterfall and agile simultaneously. So in that case, it will be similar to agile. Any questions so far? These are two projects. One is this is agile and this is non-agile, and you can look into it. So this is so somebody asked, right, is agile method used in Jira? So agile is actually in a framework, right? As we know, it's a framework. Okay. Now, yes, Jira. To answer your question, yes, you can use both agile as well as waterfall methodology. One of the project is this is agile. Why? How do I know? Because if you see this backlog, you don't have this backlog and all this in waterfall. Okay, backlog sprints, you don't see anywhere in this, you don't see this in waterfall. So this supports agile. Yes. If you're asking me that does Jira supports agile, then my answer is yes, because you can view all this here. But if you take is waterfall, you don't have such kind of options there. See here, you just report issues and that's it. So somebody asked a question, right? So which SDLC do we work more on, agile or waterfall? So it depends. Okay. I have worked for both waterfall and agile. Okay. Now agile is coming into more in the picture. Okay. Because you know what, a lot of companies are trying to adopt agile. Why? Because 6 months project, 1 month done, finished. But in waterfall, you're lagging it like 6 months, 7 months. So it based on the whole and soul on the companies. What kind of companies are most probably you will be having agile methodology, or not even that. Some companies also say that no, we are not using any agile, we are not using any waterfall, we are using our own methodology. Okay, great. They can invent their own methodology and they can work on that own based on the project. Okay, so that's also relevant. You don't have to be agile, you don't have to waterfall, but they follow their own process the company process follows their own process. That can also be a scenario. Okay, so in that case, agile can be an option. Waterfall can also be an option. In any other methodology can be an option. So it completely depends on the project. But yes, if you're asking the agile, then yes, agile is moving forward. So you know what, agile will be mostly used by most of the companies, except few of the companies, mostly as government level companies, they might not use agile at this time, but they'll also, they will be also moving forward with agile because this is pretty fast, right? Things gets done quickly. So does it make sense? So actually, the point is, the thing is, the way I look at it, it's not like you're doing it good. It's you are actually moving the priority issues, right? Which is the priority by required for the customer. That you're moving first. So that's how you think that it is moving. You're doing it fast. But technically, if you're looking at the big picture, it's the same as waterfall. You're doing the same. Okay. Why? Because priority issues, you're fixing it first, and you're delivering. Fixing that issues, fixing adding new features, putting new functionalities, all that you will be doing that first. Okay, so what the client wants or what the customer wants, that's good, they are getting it. But again, they have to do the remaining work, right? The rest of things which are not requested, so they will be anyway working on, they'll keep working on it. So, that's how it works. But otherwise, yes, agile is more, used by the companies. Any other questions? Okay, so tomorrow we'll see. We'll talk about HPLM. Okay, we'll see how to open issues, how to open test cases in HPLM. Okay. Okay. No questions. Can we close this class for today?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.